Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Mang-Gust Volume 2. Coming in at number 17, we have Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. This manga needs uh, a continuation of its anime. It has an anime adaptation that was pretty good, not great. There are some gripes I have with it, but I personally think that it was a fairly decent adaptation of the manga. uh, but it needs to continue or get a reboot of some kind. I don't care which it is, but this is something I want to see fully adapted. This is a fantastic manga, a wonderful series that deserves more recognition. The manga ran for 24 volumes. Not all of the volumes have been brought over here to America yet. Currently, I have the newest one right here that just came out a few days ago. Volume 20 just released a few days ago. So, Volume 20 just released a few days ago here in America. All 24 volumes are already out over in Japan. So, once those last four volumes come out, then yeah, everybody can read the entire series, and it is just a fantastic series. I absolutely adore this, and every single chapter just brings a smile to my face. It is such a wonderful series. It is about a guy who is a medium. He is able to see ghosts, and he has learned how to exorcise ghosts by punching them out of the possessed person. uh, Legitimately, that's how he exercises them. He punches the person who's possessed so hard. He punches the person who's possessed so hard that it forces the ghost out of their body. Um, and he is completely broke, and he ends up getting a room at a special dorm that also has a hot spring, and he ends up getting a very cheap room and discovers the reason why it's cheap is because it is haunted by a ghost girl. Now, this ghost girl is unlike all the other ghosts he's met. The other ghosts that he's met have been very unwilling to move on and have become vengeful spirits. But she is incredibly kind. She is incredibly kind and just wants to be friends. She doesn't remember her past life as a human, and she doesn't know what what her unfinished business is. So until she so he decides to help her figure out what her unfinished business is so she can move on. And as they get to know each other, he starts to get to know all the other people that are living at this building, and he starts to realize that Yuna is not the only peculiar person living here. He quickly finds himself in the middle of a huge group of girls ranging from ninjas to cat gods to demons to everything in between. And yeah, from that description alone, you can guess this is going to be a harem series, 100% harem series. But it is one of the most wholesome harem series I have seen. It is incredibly wholesome and incredibly cute. The characters are all very likable. I can't think of a single character, well, that's not a villain. I can't think of a single non villain character that I dislike. They are all very likable. They are all very likable. They all have very good. They all have very good and thought out personalities, and they all go on different like story arcs and grow as characters. And it is a fantastic series. I can't get enough of it, and I'm gonna be so sad when I read the final chapter and know that I won't be able to read any more new chapters of this. It is it has been a fantastic series to read through, and I'm looking forward to the ending. It's down here this low because I still don't know who he ends up with by the end, and I don't know like how the what the ending is supposed to be. Um, they keep hinting that Yuna's going. They keep hinting that Yuna's going to end up passing on once she finally has settles her unfinished business. Um, and like she's the main character. She's technically the main character. She's supposed to be the focus. She's supposed to be where the main draw comes from. Her whole story, and so it makes me wonder who exactly is the main guy going to hook up with? Who is he going to end up with? Um, so yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting me. It's very interesting because you would think he would get together with Yuna, seeing as how she's the title character, but the whole premise is that she's trying to move on. She's trying to pass on to the next life, and so the whole idea of them being together is like impossible because if she stays in the human world too long, like her spirit's gonna become corrupted. So she needs to figure out exactly what her unfinished business is and move on. And yeah, I really enjoy that. That is a very interesting um, way of handling it because clearly Yuna is meant to be the main love interest, but we know that it's not going to work out between her and the male lead. We know it's not going to work out that way because she has to move on. So then it just becomes a guessing game, like who could he get together with? Who exactly is he going to get together with if not the title character? So the series does a great job of like keeping you guessing as to who the primary love interest is for him. It is a fantastic series. I highly recommend people go read this. I absolutely adore this series, and I love the characters, and it has wonderful art. It has wonderful artwork and just top tier fan service. It is excellent fan service. Um, I don't think it goes quite as far as like High School DxD or Heaven's Lost Property in terms of fan service, and certainly not as far as like interspecies reviewers or mangas that are clearly mangas that are like 100% clearly meant to be read by adults and only adults. Like it doesn't go as far as that, but on occasion you may see a nip here or there. They do a pretty good job of like censoring it, but censoring it in ways that make sense because a lot of obviously they're at a hot spring, so there's going to be a lot of like nudity, but because it's a hot spring, there is a lot of steam. So it has natural there are natural like censorships in place with that very setting. But it still gives you plenty of fan service. And yes, on occasion there will be a nip shown, like if uh like um if they go to the pool, and one of the and one of the girls, like their top ends up falling off, you'll see nip for like maybe one panel, and that makes sense. There's nothing there to censor it, so it has natural censorship. It uses natural censorship and not beams of light or black bars. Like it's a great use of censorship. It has a great use of censorship, and I really appreciate it for that. It knows when to censor. It knows when not to censor. I do like that. Um, but yeah, I do recommend, if you haven't read it yet, go do so. It is a great series. And yeah, if you have read it, Let me know in the comment box below. What do you think of the series? Who's your favorite character? Who do you hope he ends up getting together with? Let me know in the comment box below. I would love to talk to you guys about this. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good jazz. And I will see you all tomorrow for number 16. All right. Take care, everybody.